This is the video demonstration for your Elements of Art and Principles of Design assignment. So the first thing that you want to do is find an image. So we're going to go to Google Chrome, and you're going to search for, I suggested that you search for National Geographic photography, because these are often powerful images that are easy to identify these elements and principles. Choose one that you like, one that you can already see quickly that they have some of these things that we've discussed. Make sure it's a high quality image. You don't want anything pixelated or blurry. And then you're going to save it. So you're going to do a control click, and you're going to go to Save Image As. You're going to go to wherever your folder is. It should be on the desktop. Look for your name. You can change the name of your file if you want to. You don't have to. Your window might look like this initially. If it does, you can click on this little arrow and it'll open it up. So make sure you're in your folder. Click Save. All right. And then you're going to go to Thinglink. So once you get there, it's going to look like this. And you want to go to Login. And you need to hit your red button that says Login with Google. And you're going to enter in your student information. So once you've logged in, I'm going to go ahead and go to mine. I just wanted to show you what it would look like. So once you've logged in, you're going to get this screen, and you can upload or you can use a web link. So you just probably saved your image, so you can upload and doesn't want to let me do it. Upload images. Oh, here we go. So I'm going to go to my folder, choose my image, hit open. Okay. And there it is. And I'm going to give it a title, Elements and Principles. And then it says right here, click to add a tag. So now here's what I want you to do. I want you to do 3 elements and 3 principles. So if I were you, I would go over to Haiku, log in, go to computer graphics, and you can find all of our assignments under activities and assignments. So there it is, Elements and Principles of Design. Open that up, and these are the instructions. There's the objective to identify 3 elements of design and 3 principles of design. To do a Google, you're going to do a Google search. I just explained that part. And you can either download the image or link it. Then you're going to go to Thinglink, showed you how to do that. And you're going to add these buttons. And then I gave you a sample one that I've already made. So if you go over to Thinglink oh, I'm sorry. So I also want you to know that you have this chart that you can look at. If you go to Pages, Week 2, Principles of Design, Elements of Art, there's another version of the sample. When you hover over it, you get these little buttons that explain this is an example of texture, this is pattern, and harmony. So that's what I want you to do. I want you to place these little spots on your image, and I want you to point out the element or principle that you think is on that part of the image. Okay? And I want you to use this chart to help you identify the things that you're looking at and pointing out in the assignment. So for mine, when I look at this, I feel like this is a lot of really interesting texture around the walls of this cave or whatever this is. So I'm going to click over here, and this little button is going to pop up, and I'm going to type texture because that's one of our elements, and I'm going to say the walls of this cave look smooth and cool because of their reflections and the lighting. I want to touch them. Okay? And then when you're ready to do the next one, you hit save, and then you choose the next thing you want to identify. So texture is an element. So now I'm going to identify one of my principles. So the next one I'm going to use is, I'm going to do proportion. Because in this image, there's this tiny little person, and it really makes you understand how giant this cave is and how big these, I don't know, pieces of ice are. So I'm going to click on this guy, or next to him, and I'm going to say proportion. The size of the cave is apparent because of how small the person is. And I'm going to do 2 in this one actually, because I feel like, well, no, I'll do one at a time. Okay, so save, and then I'm going to say, I feel like there's 3 things going on here. I feel like there's a proportion because this person looks so tiny compared to these ice walls. I feel like there's emphasis because the person is wearing wearing like a red jacket, and it's drawing your eye directly to the center of the image. So I'm going to say emphasis. The bright red jacket the person is wearing draws your eye to the center of the page. And creates interest, right? That image wouldn't be as interesting if that little person wasn't in there. So you're going to hit save. And so we have proportion and emphasis and what else? Go back to our chart. all kinds of things, value, color. There are many things from these two lists that could be applied to this image. So I want you to do 6, 3 of each, and then when you're done, you're going to do Save Image. And you can go back and update this. If you work on it a little bit, you can, save it and go back. When you're done, you're going to hit Share. And I want you to send me the link. So you're going to click on the link, and you're going to do a Command C to copy. You're going to go over to Haiku, and you're going to go back to your activity page or assignments page. You're going to choose your assignment. I'm going to go to the Dropbox. And so you're going to go to Hand In. So it won't let me show you that part. But what I want you to do is there's a screen with a message, and I want you to copy and paste that link into the message for your assignment. Okay, so let's see if I can show you. I can't show you an example. Okay, so here we go. It'll look like this, and you can write a message, and it'll ask you if you want to choose files. You're not going to choose any files. You're going to write a message, and you're going to do paste, and you're going to paste that link in there. Okay, and then you're going to hit, instead of saying send, it's going to say hand in. Okay, so you're going to say hand in, and then I will grade it. One other thing I want to point out while I have you here is I want you to make sure to have a look at the rubric for the assignment. When you get an assignment, it'll say rubric, and it explains to you what I'm looking for in each assignment. So you get 10 points for your file setup, 10 points for your required elements, and 10 points for composition. Okay, so and each of these is explained. All right, so you get full 10 points if you name your file correctly, and you turn it in the way that I asked, in the format that I asked. You get 10 points if you include all of the things that were under requirements. So in this case, you need to identify 3 elements and 3 principles, and you need to write an explanation for each thing that you're identifying and why you feel that part of the image represents that. If you only put the word there, you will not receive full credit. And then composition doesn't apply to this assignment as much, but I would say that you should carefully place your dots so that they are pointing or next to the things that you're talking about, okay? So if you put a spot, in the middle of the sky here, and you're talking about things over here on the left side of the screen, that's not laid out very well. It doesn't make a ton of sense, okay? So that's the video demonstration for your Elements and Principles assignment. It's worth 30 points. Good luck.